This week in space, Crew-11 heads home early, Artemis II adds a major health experiment for the crew, and Titan delivers fresh clues about what its lakes might build. Crew-11 returns home early, safely, and exactly as trained. At 5:20 p.m. Eastern on January 14th, SpaceX's Dragon Endeavour undocked from the International Space Station and began the trip home with NASA astronauts Zena Cardman and Mike Finke, JAXA astronaut Kimia Yui, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Oleg Platonov on board. NASA moved up the return timeline by about a month, so one crew member, described as stable, could get a fuller medical evaluation on Earth. The agency hasn't shared details, and that's standard. Medical privacy doesn't change just because the patient is in orbit. After undocking, Endeavour spent the night setting up for deorbit, then fired its braking burn, the moment you commit to coming home. Re-entry is where engineering does the heavy lifting. The capsule hits the upper atmosphere at orbital speed, and the heat shield takes the punishment so the cabin can stay controlled. Think of that heat shield as a sacrificial layer of armor built to slowly burn away so the people inside don't. A few minutes later, parachutes took over, and Endeavour splashed down off San Diego at 3:41 a.m. Eastern on January 15th. Recovery teams then secured the spacecraft, brought it alongside, and lifted Dragon onto SpaceX's recovery ship Shannon for crew egress and post-flight checks. Returns accelerated for health or safety are uncommon, but the playbook has been written over decades. In 1976, the Soyuz 21 crew left Salyut 5 early after reports of a troubling odor and crew health concerns. In 1985, a Salyut 7 expedition ended early when Commander Vladimir Vasutin became ill. And off-nominal can also mean systems, not people, like the 2007 Soyuz landing on a steeper ballistic path, or the 2013 ISS spacewalk that ended early when Luca Parmitano, with Chris Cassidy nearby, reported water inside his helmet. Different situations, but the same principle. Recognize the issue, follow procedures, and bring crews home safely when the mission plan needs to flex. From methane rain to chemistry that behaves a lot like biology, Titan keeps surprising researchers. This week, a new idea suggests its strange weather might be doing more than shaping shorelines. It could be organizing molecules in a lifelike way. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, is packed with organic molecules, the carbon-based building blocks of life. And it's the only world we know besides Earth with large, stable lakes on its surface. Except Titan's lakes are made of super-cold liquid methane, not water.
So with its abundant organics and its oily lakes, could exotic life forms be brewing on Titan?
Back in 2017, NASA scientists reported that Titan's atmosphere contains acrylonitrile, an organic molecule that's attracted to both water and oil. Chemists call molecules like that amphiphiles, and the reason they matter is simple. Amphiphiles can self-assemble. On Titan, the idea was that they might cluster inside methane lakes into hollow double-layered spheres, known as vesicles, structures that resemble the membranes around living cells on Earth.
But in 2020, a follow-up study determined that vesicles would be unlikely to form on Titan without an additional source of energy, casting doubt on their emergence.
Now, a new NASA co-authored study argues the missing spark could come from Titan's own rainfall. The proposed chain starts high up. Sunlight breaks apart methane and nitrogen, and the fragments recombine into amphiphile molecules. Rain then delivers those molecules down to the lakes, where they spread into a thin surface film. Later, strong storms slam the lake with larger raindrops, kicking up a mist of methane droplets, each droplet coated with a single amphiphile layer. When those droplets fall back and sink through the lake's surface film, they pick up a second layer, two layers that can close into vesicles. If vesicles form, the study suggests they wouldn't all be identical. Different chemistries would create more and less stable bubbles, and over time, the most stable mixtures could accumulate, a kind of chemical sorting that edges toward simple protocells. In the meantime, NASA is already planning to hunt for new organics when the Dragonfly mission gets to Titan in 2034.
So what are the odds of actually finding these prebiotic bubbles beneath Titan's pond scum? While the new study is speculative, it proposes that a future spacecraft could sail across Titan's lakes, scanning for vesicles through laser light scattering.
Next up, Dragonfly. Until then, Titan storms and shorelines may be doing quiet chemistry in plain sight, giving future missions a brand new thing to look for. Before we talk rockets and trajectories, there's a quieter frontier Artemis II has to master, keeping humans healthy when Earth is far away. NASA is now treating each astronaut's biology as something you can measure, model, and plan for, not guess. In a moment, you'll hear how researchers are sending miniature stand-ins for the crew's own tissues on the mission, so the medical story is being written alongside the flight plan. And the payoff isn't just for astronauts. What works out there can reshape medicine down here.
The experiment that we have flying in Artemis II, I'm really incredibly excited about. It's a tissue chip model that we call Avatar. What it is you can see inside there are these tiny channels, and we populate those with cells that we take from the astronauts themselves that we can compare directly to them. We can take a drop of blood and convert it to cells that can make any type of organ within the human body. As we send this out to deep space, it will allow us to really start to understand the effect of deep space environment on our astronauts. We're looking at sustainable presence. We need to be able to take care of humans while they live and work in space. These tissue chips are going to allow us to understand that before we get to the point where we want to send humans for years at a time. The science has so much incredible capability on Earth or in space. This stuff is huge. It's going to be game-changing for NASA and for medicine on Earth, and then beyond.
When those samples come home, scientists will be looking for the first hints of how each body adapts and how to counter the risks before they become symptoms. Think of it as a rehearsal for Mars medicine. Test, read out, adjust, repeat. Over the next year, watch for updates as NASA turns what used to be one-size-fits-all space healthcare into something tailored, predictive, and portable. If Artemis II is the test flight, the real goal is a playbook you can trust for months-long journeys in deep space. Thanks for watching This Week in Space on Wormhole to Cosmos. If you enjoyed it, drop a comment, hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and leave a thumbs up. We truly couldn't do this without you. Remember, the universe is vast, mysterious, and full of wonders waiting to be explored. Stay curious, keep looking up, and until next time, keep your eyes on the stars.